And then we'll start lying down today. So just take your time, make your way onto your back. And just do a bit of grounding there. Just taking a few moments, just at the start of class, coming away from your morning, beginning to draw your attention inwards. Bring your attention towards your breath, allowing your breath just to move easily in and out through your nose. Your breath starts to even out, just starting to notice your body, seeing how it feels today. You notice some areas of tension or tightness, and allow that to release along. As your body starts to relax, and just beginning to notice how you feel, just for a moment, without holding on to the thoughts too much, but just simply observing. In this morning's class, we're going to do a practice in Bandhas and Breath. So the bandhas, the main ones that we'll be looking at, are kind of in our torso and our upper body, and trying to really use these both in our asana practice and also in our pranayama and our breath work. So the locks or the bandhas move energy and then hold it in place. And then when we release the locks, then the energy starts to flow throughout the body. So we'll start to move a little bit here. So you could just maybe bend your knees. You can draw your knees towards your chest and maybe just take a little movement from side to side. We are going to come up to sitting to begin today. So you could either roll over onto your side or roll yourself up, just whatever feels best to you. So as you come up, we're going to sit in Shavasana. So just our easy pose to begin. So if you want to, you could sit in a block. And we're going to start with a little breathing practice. So we're just going to start to focus on our breath a bit more. So finding a comfortable seated position. You can bring your hands, so you've just got palm facing up, and just relax the hands, but any kind of comfortable position with your arms will do. And you can either lower your chin down or you can just close your eyes again, just whatever feels right to you. And we're just going to start just an inhale through the nose and just exhale through the nose as well. So just that even Samahiti breath. On your next inhale, we're going to start to try and think about lifting up through the pelvic floor. So Mula Bandha is the first of our bandhas in the torso. So as you inhale, start to feel like you can lift Mula Bandha, so that internal lift. And on the exhale, just try to release and relax Mula Bandha. Just do that again, just at your own pace. Start to feel that you can draw up and inwards. And then slowly release. Okay, we'll do that one more time. So again, just lifting up internally through the pelvic floor. And then on the exhale, just release. And the next bandha, a little bit further up, is Uddiyana Bandha. And Uddiyana Bandha, to activate it, we draw the belly button towards the spine, but we also get a feeling of kind of pulling your belly up between your ribs, so as if you're kind of sucker punched into the belly. So maybe on the inhale, start to think that you can draw the belly in and maybe get a little bit of lift. So it's kind of called an upward lifting lock sometimes. We pull in and up. On the exhale, just simply release it. Do that again. So inhale, start to lift. Again, draw the belly in, lift the belly up a little bit. Exhale, release. And this time, maybe try and put both of them together. So as you inhale, start to lift through the pelvic floor, so engaging there, and then draw your belly in and lift up a little bit through the belly. On the exhale, just let it go. So we'll do that once more. So again, inhale, lifting up through the pelvic floor, draw the belly in, lift up through your rib cage. And on the exhale, release. This time we're going to look at Jalandhara Mudra, which is our throat lock. So just very simply on the inhale, we're just going to lower your chin just towards your chest. And then on the exhale, we're just going to release it. So we'll just lift the chin back up again. So do that again, just in your own time. Drawing the chin down on the inhale. And releasing the chin back up on the exhale. And then maybe try and put all three of them together. So Maha Bandha, the great lock. So on the inhale, we lift through the pelvic floor, draw the belly button to your spine, lift the belly, and then lower the chin towards your chest. On the exhale, just release. We'll do that again. So inhale, lifting the pelvic floor, drawing the belly in, lower your chin to your chest. Exhale, release. We'll do that just one more time, so just take your own time doing it. As you release back up, just come back into our normal Samavriti breath, or even breath. Maybe if you've got your Ujjayi breath, you can come into that as well, but just a even breath without engaging anything. Okay, so we'll start to use this a little bit in our practice. So we're going to come over to an all fours position when you're ready. So just take your time moving forward. Before you get there, I should have said, but if you've got a strap, you don't need it just now, but we might need it for your balance a little bit later. But if you've got it handy, just make sure it's there. Okay, so we're going to come in, we'll spread the hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. So we'll just start with a few cat-cow movements here. So on the inhale, just dropping the belly and lifting the chest. And then on the exhale, start to draw the belly in and round to your back. But maybe hold on that exhale, just on the first one. And here, you can start to feel that you're using that great lock. So you're lifting the pelvic floor, you're drawing the belly up and in, drawing the chin to your chest. And then we'll release that on the inhale. So as you come forwards and pull the chest. Do that again. So on the exhale, start to draw in. And then on that inhale, release. So start to think about just where you can engage through Mula Bandha and Dhyana Bandha. Not so much the throat lock. We'll talk about that a little bit later for one of our postures, but really in these other poses, try and think about where you can engage to stabilize your posture. Okay, we'll do one more like that. So just take your time. And then when you're ready, just come back in. So you're in a more neutral position. Now, still in this neutral position, we're going to lift through the pelvic floor. So we need it a little bit for the next bit. And as you inhale, just extend your right leg behind you, just with the toes on the ground first, just for a little stretch through your calf. Spread your hands. So although the main bandhas, the main locks are in our torso, we also have bandhas in our hands and in our feet as well. So we can use them. Hasta bandha in our hands and Pada bandha in our feet. Deep breath in here. And on the next inhale, we're just going to lift that right leg up. So just to level with your hip. On the exhale, we'll lower it down. Maybe you skim the floor so you don't take it all the way down. So do that again. So inhale, lifting through that right leg. Exhale to lower. Think about still lifting up through Mula Bandha and engaging through your belly. And then if you want a little bit more, stretch your opposite hand away. And on the inhale, lift the hand and lift the leg up. On the exhale, slowly lower back down. Again, maybe you don't touch the hand down. So inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. And then on this next one, we'll inhale and lift up. We're just going to hold here. So you're going to stretch through your fingers all the way down towards your heel. Draw the belly in. Lift through Mula Bandha. Take one more breath. Now keep your leg lifted. Release your left hand down and draw your right knee in. So we're stepping the right foot up towards the top of your mat. So as you come in, we'll take the hands either side. When you're ready, we'll inhale, lifting up through that left knee. So tuck the toes, lift the left knee up, and then step up towards the top of your mat. So as you come here, fold forwards towards the legs a little bit, bend your knees, and again, think about engaging through Mula Bandha here. So as we engage through Mula Bandha, we get a little lift in the hips. We can still keep the knees bent. As you inhale here, lengthen forwards, and on the exhale, just folding back in. As you inhale, reach up, and on the exhale, bring the palms together in front of your heart. Inhale, reach back up with the arms. Exhale, folding forwards towards your legs, so bending into the knees as much as you need to. As you inhale here, lengthen your spine. On the exhale, take your hands down. We're going to step to plank, and you can lower your knees straight away as soon as you get there if you'd like. We are going to lower all the way to the ground, so again, you might want to lower your knees first, or bend your elbows and lower all the way down. Release the toes, and as you inhale, start to draw the shoulders back, lift the chest up. On the exhale, just release back down. As you inhale here, press back up, so up onto your knees, so we're in that all fours position. And on the exhale, we'll just tuck the toes here, and we'll start to lift our first downward facing dog. So tuck the toes and lift the hips up. So as you come into this down dog, again, start to think about using your hands. Using your feet to spread your toes. Push up out of your hands and your feet. So when we use Pradha and Hasta Bandha, we want to use that feeling of kind of rising up. And then in this posture in down dog, we can create that Mahabandha, that great lock, by lifting through the pelvic floor, by lifting up through Uddiyana Bandha, drawing the belly towards your spine, and also drawing your chin towards your chin. And maybe while you're here, start thinking about that breath work that we did before. So on the inhale, start to lift through Mula Bandha, through Uddiyana Bandha, draw the chin to your chest. On the exhale, release. And we'll do that just one more time here. So as you inhale, lift through Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, Jalandhara Bandha. Exhale, release. Okay, on your next inhale, we'll just lift the heels up and just lower your knees back down towards the ground. We're coming back into this all fours position. So from here, again, draw and lift up through the pelvic floor. And as you inhale, stretch your left leg behind you. So the toes are on the ground, the heel is gently pressing away, and we're getting a little stretch through the calf muscle. Okay, we'll take one more inhale. We'll start to lift and lower through the left leg. So when you're ready, inhale to lift up. And exhale, lower back down. Okay, so do that again. So you don't have to lift it too high, but if you can lift it level with your hip, then do that. Keep your head so you're looking slightly forward, so towards the top edge of your mat, so you're not kind of compromising your neck. And then if you want to add the opposite arm, then stretch it out. And on the inhale, lift the arm and the leg. On the exhale, lower down. If it's too much, leave the arm out and just do the leg only. Okay, we'll do that one more time. So this time when we lift up, we're just going to hold up. So stretching from your fingers all the way down to your heel. Lift through Mula Bandha, draw your belly in. Okay, now slowly release the hand, keep the leg lifted. And then draw the left knee in and step your left foot up towards the top of your mat. So again, as you come in, we're going to tuck the toes under on your right leg, lift through your right knee, and then step up towards the top of your mat. Folding towards your legs, lift the pelvic floor, lift your hips. As you inhale, lengthen your spine. On the exhale, just folding back in. As you inhale, reach up. And on the exhale, palms meet the heart. Inhale, reach with the arms. Exhale to fold. Lengthen on the inhale. On the exhale, take your hands down, step back into that plank position, lowering your knees straight away when you get there, if you'd like. And then when you're ready, either lower the knees down or just bend your elbows and lower all the way down. Release the toes, and as you inhale, draw the chest forward, shoulders back. Exhale, release down. As you inhale, push back up, so onto your knees, first of all. On the exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. And maybe when you get there, you take a deep breath in through your nose, maybe you sigh it out your mouth. Okay, we'll take one more inhale. From here, we're going to lift the heels up. And again, you can step or walk towards the top of your mat. Just take your time. When you reach the top, separate your feet a little bit and again, fold forwards. So think about lifting through that pelvic floor to support your spine. Draw your belly in a little. As you inhale here, lengthen your spine forwards. On the exhale, folding back in. As you inhale, reach up, rise all the way up. And on the exhale, draw the palms together in front of your heart. This time, maybe take a moment to see how you feel as you come up to stand. Okay, when you're ready, we'll release the hands, we'll open the eyes. We're going to come into Utkatasana now. So again, start to think about using your feet more. So spreading the toes, using them as a lock, and try to get a little lift through the instep of your foot. So you don't want kind of to be too flat-footed or to allow the feet to roll in or out. So you want that feeling of kind of rising up a little bit in the center. So we'll come in for Utkatasana, so our chair pose. So as you inhale, we'll start to bend into your knees and maybe reach the arms forwards and up, but just see how that feels. Relax the shoulders, so draw the shoulders down your back. Weight back into the heels a little bit more. Okay, we'll take one more inhale. When you're ready, we're going to start to press through your feet to come up to stand. So just bring your hands together, just in front of your chest. So we'll move through that. So when you're ready, inhale, bending into your knees, reaching through your arms. On the exhale, just folding forwards towards your legs. As you inhale, lengthen your spine. On the exhale, just folding back in. As you inhale, bend your knees to reach the arms, come back into that chair. On the exhale, press to stand. Inhale, bend the knees, reach the arms. Exhale to fold. Lengthen on the inhale. Fold back in on the exhale. As you inhale, bend your knees, reach the arms. Exhale, press to stand. Okay, we'll do that one more time. So inhale, bending in the knees. Exhale to fold. Lengthen the spine forwards. Fold back in. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, press to stand. Okay, from there, we'll release the hands, we'll open the eyes. So we're going to come in for our balance. So if you do want to, there's lots of options here, but you could use a strap. Okay, so you could grab a strap if you want to. You can use the wall, so use that if you need to. So initially, if you don't have a strap, you could actually just lift one knee up. So we're going to stand onto your right leg. We'll spread the toes and bend the knee. Again, if you're using your strap, just grab it. You can use it or not. Try and think about lifting. So through Mula Bandha, draw your belly in a little bit, and then start to lift through your left knee. So that might be enough, just lifting your left knee. And what I just want you to concentrate on is trying to spread the toes a lot on your right leg, trying to use the feet here, trying to lift up. So we're lifting through Mula Bandha. And then if you wanted to, you could use your strap here. So you could also just use your hands and just draw the knee up a little bit. If you've got your strap, you could place the strap just around the ball of your foot and then take it just into your left hand and extend forward. So again, you don't have to go high, you don't have to completely straighten it, you just take it to where it feels right to you. And the important things are using your feet, trying to lift and rise up above it, and trying to use the bandhas here. So lifting through the pelvic floor, drawing your belly in. We release the chin a little bit, so we lift it up. Again, just see how it feels. And if you can, you could grab hold of your big toes and do it that way as well. So just taking that forwards. But just see how that feels. If it's too much, then obviously just stay with the strap. Now stay here. If you want to, you could also move that leg out to the side. So keeping your hips forward, just start to move the leg just a little bit out to the side. And again, think about relaxing and pushing up and out of the floor. Drawing the belly in. Still finding your drishti, so your gaze, and your breath. Okay, one more breath. When you're ready, slowly release. So start to bend the knee. If you've got the strap, release the strap. And we'll just bring the feet together for a moment and the hands together. And just take a moment just to see how that all feels in your body. So practicing your balance, whether you're just standing on one leg, it doesn't really matter what the other leg does, just the very fact of standing just on one leg. We should practice that quite a lot. It's really a useful practice to do. Okay, we'll change sides. So when you're ready, we're going to spread the toes on the left leg, bending into the left knee a little bit, drawing the belly in, lifting through Mula Bandha as much as you can. Maybe you just start to lift through your right knee, but again, just take it to where it feels right. Maybe use your hands and draw the knee in. If you're using your strap, just around the ball of your foot. Another option is to take your hands underneath the back of your right thigh and then just extend the leg forward from there. But again, if you don't want to keep it bent, then just definitely keep it bent. And any height, just keeping it nice and soft, keeping your breath even, noticing your breath a lot. So if it changes, then, maybe you need to move out of it a little. And either stay here or start to move the leg round to the side, trying to keep the hips forward, trying to keep the shoulders down. You're bending the knee as much as you need to. Very nice. Okay, when you're ready, we'll take one more inhale. We'll start to come out of it. So maybe bending the knee first, releasing the strap if you've got it. And then bring your feet back together again. So you can spread the toes, bring your hands in, relax your shoulders, close your eyes. And being aware of any kind of negativity that comes into your thoughts. So just, try and be positive about it. And it's a journey, our balance. It's not something that you can just switch on or switch off. It has to be kind of practiced and just, even if you're just brushing your teeth, try and just stand on one leg for maybe a minute on either side. Okay, we'll release the hands, we'll open the eyes. So we're going to do some standing postures. So again, paying particular attention to your feet and your hands today, but also through the rest of the bandhas as well. So we'll move up towards the top of your mat. We are going to do a sun sal B variation on this. So if you do want to skip anything, so the vinyasa, or you want to, you could just step back with your left leg, in fact, into warrior one if you wanted to do that. Otherwise, we'll stand with your feet, so either together or a little bit apart, and we'll come back into Utkatasana. So on your inhale, start to bend your knees, start to reach through your arms. On the exhale, just folding forwards towards your legs to take your time. On the inhale here, lengthen your spine forwards. As you exhale, the hands go down. We step to plank. So again, you could skip this and move straight to down dog. The knees can go down, or bend your elbows halfway maybe. From Chaturanga, move through upward facing or that cobra. On the exhale, start to make your way back, downward facing dog. Okay, so we're going to step your right foot through into warrior one. So if you step your right foot forward, spin the heel of the back leg down, start to rise up into warrior one. So shoulders and hips towards the front, reaching through your arms. Start to feel that you're really engaging through your feet here. So spreading the toes, start to get a lift through the middle part of your foot maybe. Start to lift through the pelvic floor and draw your belly in. So start to be aware of the bandhas. And it's like any muscle, when we use it more, then it becomes kind of second nature. We don't then have to think about it too much. But initially, when we're doing it, we have to think about it all the time. At least it keeps your mind present. Okay, so if you're having to think about it, then you're involved and you're engaged in what you're doing. And then as we move through, so as we transition, we want to also use the bandhas, so not forgetting about them when we move. So take an inhale, start to move round into warrior two. So still engaging, still using that core to get that kind of graceful quality of movement as we move from posture to posture. Still making adjustments though, so if you need to adjust in any way, do. Still start to feel that each four corners, so if you think about the feet as having four corners, each of the four corners actually is being used. So we're not lighting over to the edge of one, but we're pressing down all four corners. Look along your front hand, draw your shoulders back, open your chest. Okay, we'll take one more inhale. We're going to move into side angle today. So start to move forwards a little bit. Maybe just place your right forearm just onto your thigh. Maybe reaching up and over with your left hand. If you've got a block, you could bring the block either to the inside or the outside of your right foot. And then maybe you keep stretching through that arm. But again, does it feel right to have the arm over? You can always take it behind your back and use that to draw the shoulder back. Just see how it feels. Okay, think about rotating the chest round. And make sure you've still got that breath moving smoothly. And then just stay still, focused in one point. Okay, so again, here is quite a strong movement. So we draw the belly in, we lift the pelvic floor to come up on the inhale. Okay, very nice. And then from here, we'll straighten through your front leg and we're going to move into triangle. So maybe push your left hip away, lengthen over the right leg. Maybe take your hand down and you can use a block here or your leg, reaching either straight up with your top hand or maybe you just bend it and take it behind your back. So drawing the shoulder back, opening through your chest, lengthening through the bottom side waist. Good, still thinking of where you can engage through your feet. Still thinking lifting the pelvic floor, drawing the belly in. And your gaze here can just be where it suits your neck. Okay, we'll take one more inhale. So again, watch the transition. So lift through the pelvic floor, start to rise back up. Very nice. When you come up, we'll release the hands. So we're going to do Parsvottanasana again, just because it can help us with that Mahabandha, so the full kind of 3 locks. So we're going to step in through your back foot. As you step in, turn your toes of your back foot towards the top edge of your mat. And you might want to move your right foot out to the side a little bit, so it gives you a little bit more space. And you might want to hop your back foot in even more, so just judge it. And then turn your hips and your shoulders round so that both legs are straight. And then start to lengthen over the front leg. So you might just keep your hands just on your hips, but try and lengthen through your spine. If you do have blocks, you could have blocks to the ground and place your hands on the blocks, or maybe take your hands to the ground. See how that feels. But in this posture, we can use all 3 locks. So think about lifting through the pelvic floor, drawing that belly in, lifting through your ribs, and then pulling your chin towards your chest. And again, any variation, hands can be down, hands can be lifted, it's really up to you. And keep thinking about the right hip, so don't let the right hip drop out. Take one more, inhale. Start to move up again, so draw the belly in, use your core to lift yourself up carefully. And then when you get there, rebend your leg. Okay. When you get there, we're going to take the hands to the ground and we'll turn on the toes of your back leg. Now from there, again, you can skip this vinyasa or you can take it. So we'll set to plank, lower your knees if you'd like, or just bend the elbows halfway to chaturanga. Good. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, make your way back, downward facing dog. Again, when you get there, maybe take a deep breath in through your nose and sigh out your mouth. Make sure you're still using your hands here. So each of your fingers has a part to play here. So every single finger should be pressing down equally so that the weight, in effect, is kind of spread, not on one part, which can then stress that part. Same with your feet, so spread your toes. Take one more inhale. When you're ready, lift your heels, looking forwards. Either step or walk to the top, so just take your time. No rush. When you get there, fold in again, bend your knees, lift your hips, draw your belly in. And then on your inhale, start to lengthen your spine forwards. On the exhale, folding in. As you inhale, bend your knees, reach your arms, come to chair. And on that exhale, press to stand. And as you come up, maybe you close your eyes. Notice the sensations you've created in your body. Okay, try the other side. I'm going to move to the other end, but you can stay exactly where you are. We'll come back in and see how it feels then. So when you're ready, back into that chair, so feet together or apart. Inhale to bend the knees, reaching forwards through your arms. On the exhale, just folding towards your legs, take your time. Lengthening forwards on the inhale. And on the exhale, we'll step back to plank. Either skip it, so you can move straight to down dog, or bend your knees and lower them on the ground, or lower down halfway to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing or cobra. Exhale, make your way back, downward facing dog. Again, maybe you take that deep breath in and sigh out your mouth. Okay, so your left foot is going to step to the top this time. So step your left foot through again. Make any adjustments you need to. Spinning on the heel of your right leg, press the heel down. And then just in your own time, start to make your way up into warrior one. The shoulders and hips forward, front leg bend down. Reach through your fingertips and relax the shoulders. And maybe you don't take the arms up. So, just whatever feels right. Start to feel the balance through your feet. Lifting the pelvic floor, belly in. Okay, we'll take one more inhale. Again, carefully and slowly start to use Mula Bandha Uddiyana Bandha, to turn into warrior two. Okay, reaching through your fingertips, opening up through your chest a little bit, and opening up through the hips. Just watching that front knee doesn't collapse in, so draw the front knee back. Good, very nice. And maybe look along your front hand. Okay, we'll take one more inhale. We're going to move into side angle again. So we'll start to move forward, maybe just placing that forearm down towards your leg and maybe reaching that top arm up and over. If you want to, you can take your top hand and bend it behind your back. And if you want to go further down, then either onto a block or to the floor, hand to the inside or the outside of that foot. Keep that top arm reaching. So we don't want it to kind of go up and then down. So it's not like kind of a hook, but it stretches, it continues to stretch through the side of your body. Good. Or it goes behind your back if that feels better. And again, with this strong transition, start to engage through the core. So inhale, pull the belly in, start to rise back up, take your time. Good. And then we'll move to triangle. So we'll lengthen through the front leg, push that right hip back, lengthening over the left leg, maybe just reaching the top arm up. And again, you have the option to take it behind your back and without going too far into it, so make sure you feel that it feels right to you. And maybe micro bend your knee a little bit. So you don't want to kind of lock joints out. We want to keep a softness in them. And use the core instead. So lift the pelvic floor, draw the belly in. Okay, we'll take one more inhale. Start to come up. So again, engage through that core as you lift and rise up. Release your hands, maybe give your shoulders a little roll. And then we're going to step in with your back foot to Parasuttanasana again. So the back foot steps in, front leg stays straight, and the toes of the back leg turn, so we can turn the shoulders and hips forward. And then as we do that, try and lift through Mula Bandha and lift your chest, and then move forward with that length in your chest. So keeping that lift, maybe keep your hands on your hips. And think about that Mahabandha, that great lock, lifting the pelvic floor, drawing the belly in, ribcage in. Maybe the chin comes towards your chest. And if any of these things don't feel right, then, you know, obviously change them and do something that does feel right to you. Okay, we'll take one more inhale. We'll start to move up, so drawing the belly in, start to rise back up again. And when you do get up, just re-bend your front knee. Should feel kind of nice. Okay, we'll release the hands towards the mat and we'll turn on the toes of your back legs into this lunge. Again, you can definitely skip this vinyasa if you like. So we'll step to plank, lower your knees or just bend your elbows halfway. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, make your way back, downward facing dog. And again, just see how it feels here. So spread your toes, lift your hips, lift through Mula Bandha, engage the core. Okay, we'll take one more inhale. When you're ready, we're going to lift the heels up here and just lower your knees towards the mat. As you come down, we're going to come into a child's pose. So you can widen your knees a little bit, bring your feet together, start to sink the hips back, maybe reach the arms forward, or maybe bend your elbows and drop your head down towards your arms, just whatever feels right to you. Okay, when you're ready, slowly start to rise up. So use your hands and just press yourself up to a sitting position. So no class in Bandhas would be really complete if we didn't do our boat pose or Navasana. So we're going to do that next. So again, just take your time and modify it and do what feels right to you. But we're going to come with your feet flat onto the floor. So your feet about hip distance apart. Try and think about your hands behind the back of your thighs and use that to pull the chest forwards. So your shoulders are in line with your hips and the belly is pulled in. And we kind of balance, if you like, on your sit bones. So your sit bones kind of on top of them, rather than tilting your pelvis and your kind of back. Try and keep lifted up onto them. So deep breath in, and then if you can, start to just float your feet up off the ground without leaning back too much. So you want the spine to stay pretty tall as you do that. And just holding there. So you're just going to hold where it feels right to you. Not comfortable, because it shouldn't really feel comfortable. You want to work quite hard. But either here with the feet below your knees, maybe you lift your feet up so they're level with your knees. Maybe you can lift them up so they're higher than your knees. But just see how that feels and stop where it feels the best place for you, where you can balance on the sit bones. Maybe you can release your hands. Again, just see how it all goes. Breathe when you're there. Okay, we'll take one more inhale. Slowly release, and you can just relax there, so maybe just round forwards towards your legs. Okay, we're going to do that one more time. So again, just take your time. If you've had enough, you can just sit here, but if you can, just sit up onto your sit bones again. Use your hands and draw your chest forward, shoulders down your back, belly in. Start to float the feet up. Again, take your time as you move them up. Find the position that feels like you can hold it and you can breathe there. Maybe lift your feet a little bit. You could release the hands and breathe. Well done. Slowly release and relax. Okay, we're going to work a little bit through the legs now. So when you're ready, we're just going to bring the legs just out in front of you. So just in a sitting position, you can bend your knees. You could sit on a block. We're going to do a couple of postures here. And if you've got a strap as well, then grab it so that you've got it handy. Now, before we do a little bit of movement in the legs, we're going to warm up through your hip joint. So we'll just bend into your left leg. We'll keep the right leg straight. And then we're going to take your left hand just on your left knee and your right hand just on your left foot. Now, you could do this just with the hands. If you did want a little bit more, you could move your knee so it comes into the crease of your elbow on your left hand, and your foot goes into the crease of your elbow in your right hand. And you can do it from there. But if it feels okay with the hands, start to very gently move forwards and back. So try to keep upright as you're doing this, so you're not kind of collapsing back, but keep your chest lifted. Just warming up a little bit through your hip joint. And then from here, we'll start to circle it round, so just taking it round in one direction. And when you're ready, take it the other way. Just seeing how the hip feels today. Okay, coming back in. So you have an option here. You can either come in for Shavasana, where we take the sole of your foot just to the inside of your leg. So again, you can use a block here, or you can encourage that down. If it's open to you, you could take your left foot onto the crease of your right thigh. So we come in for kind of a half lotus variation of it. So again, we just take it into there. But if it doesn't feel right to you, then don't bother doing it. Just keep with Shavasana. If you're using your strap, then you can grab it now. On the inhale, we'll reach up, so just stretching up. And on the exhale, just folding in. So maybe using your strap around the ball of that foot. And for the first few breaths, maybe on the inhale, start to lift your chest a little bit. And then on the exhale, fold in a little. And your drishti is on your big toes here, or your toes. On the inhale, we lift. On the exhale, just folding in a little. And it can be very small movements here. It doesn't have to be big. We'll do that one more time. So again, just take your own time. So lift your chest a little bit on the inhale and then fold in on the exhale. And then if you want to, for the last few breaths, maybe just release your strap and just actually round in. So relax your body, relax your head and your neck, and release down into it. So sometimes when we're doing these kind of lower body stretches, we use a lot of tension. We kind of pull and grasp and try to get somewhere. Whereas if we actually just relax a little bit, then the body might open up a little bit more. So focusing on your breath, maybe with the eyes closed. Okay, we'll take one more inhale. We'll slowly start to rise back up again. So just take your time as you move up. Now release your left foot, and we're going to come in for kind of the same balance we did earlier, but we're going to do it seated. That's a lot easier. You could use your strap here again if you've got one, and you could place it around the ball of your foot. You might not need it, you can see. And you could use your hands just around the back of your thigh. We're just going to extend your left leg forwards now. If you want to, you can grab hold of the sole of your foot and do it. Or you could try and hook the big toes. So like we do when we're standing, so the just two-piece fingers to the inside of your big toe and your thumb connects, and then lift it forwards. And at least we can say we can do this pose. So it's Pada, Hasta, Asana. We're sitting, but who cares? we're still doing it. Okay, we'll take one more inhale. We'll slowly release the leg and then just bring it out in front, maybe just give it a little shake off. So we'll try the other side. So we'll sit again upright. We'll bend in through your right leg. So again, taking hold of it, hand onto the foot and then your right hand onto the knee. If you want to take it a little bit more, then take it into your elbows. Start to move gently forwards and back. And just see how this hip feels in comparison to the other one. Does it feel tighter or looser? Start to circle it round, just in one direction. And then just move the other way. So from there, we'll come in. So either Janu Shirasana. So again, sole of the foot just to the inside of your thigh. Make sure that your left leg is pretty straight down from your hip. Or taking that foot and taking it into the crease of your left leg. So whatever suits you. Using your strap again if you like. Maybe you inhale to reach up. And exhale to fold. If you're using the strap, just take it around the ball of your foot. One hand and one strap in either hand. And then on the inhale, start to lift through your chest a little bit. And on the exhale, fold towards your leg a little. So do that again. So inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale to fold. Okay, we'll do that one more time. So again, just take your own time. And then maybe you just let everything go. So relax a little bit. So maybe you release the strap. You relax the arms, around the shoulders, around your back, lower the chin. Okay, from here, we'll start to slowly come back up again. So take your time. Again, taking that left foot, so just onto the ground first. And then we're going to move it forward. So if you want to, you can use your strap. So you can take it around the ball of your foot and extend the leg forwards. You can use your hands behind the back of your thigh. Maybe you can grab the sole of your foot and extend it. You don't have to have it straight either. You can always bend it a little bit, or maybe you take your 2-piece fingers around the big toe and extend it up. But importantly, think about lifting your belly and lifting your chest. So we're not kind of collapsing back, but we're lifting up. So got that sense of using the ground and rising up of it. Well done. We'll take one more inhale. And then slowly and carefully release your leg. Good. And bring them out into the front. So we're going to come into Bandhas now. So we'll bring the soles of your feet together. So you can make it quite generous. You can have your heels quite far away from your hips. Or maybe you walk your hips in or your feet back. And we'll take hold of your feet. So just any grip of your feet. You can use your elbows here just to push the knees open a little bit more, stretch the inner thighs. And then maybe, if you can, just rounding in towards your feet. And just see how it all feels. Move out of it if you need to. And relax into it a little bit more if you can. Okay, we'll take one more inhale. We'll start to come back up again, so take your time as you come back up. Release your legs out in front of you once more. And then we are going to make our way down onto your mat now, so just take your time coming down. So as you come onto your mat, we're going to do a little bridge when we get there. So once you're on your mat, maybe walk your feet in a little bit closer towards your hips, so toes facing forwards. Maybe have your hands so the palms are facing up, so you're not tempted to use the arms too much. And then as you inhale, start to push through your feet and lift your hips up. So just coming to any degree here, so again, just where it feels, right? You could use a block if you want. If you've got one, just lower your hips down towards the block. And moving up to where you can. If you are on your shoulders, maybe you start to move the shoulder blades a little bit further underneath, and maybe you flash your hands, but just if it feels like the right thing for you. When you're ready, we'll slowly release that. So if you've got your hands clasped, just unclasp them. And then slowly and carefully, just lower yourself all the way back down towards the ground. When you get there, maybe bring your knees in towards your chest. And just make any little movement there. And from here, we'll place the feet flat onto the ground again. Keep the left foot on the ground, and you're going to lift your right foot up. We're going to flex your right foot and place it, if you can, on your left thigh. Now again, you could just stay here, just opening up the hips a little bit, or lift your left foot off the ground and take your hands either behind the back of your left thigh, or maybe the front of your left shin, just wherever you can reach. Try and keep your feet a little bit active, so flex them a little. And try to draw the knee in towards your chest a little bit more to get more of a stretch in that right hip. Okay, we'll take one more inhale. We're going to release the legs, but you're not going to uncross them. So just release your hands, place your left foot on the ground, and then maybe spread the arms, because we're going to take a little twist. So we'll drop both legs, over to the left side. If it feels too much when you get there, just uncross your legs. The legs are just dropping over to the left. If you turn your head towards the right. You're back and towards the center when you're ready. And just uncross your legs. So we'll change sides. Maybe use your feet here just to even up your hips before you do that. But we'll lift the left foot up and flex your left foot onto the right thigh. So lifting your right foot off the ground if you can, hands behind the back of your right thigh, front of your right shin. And relax the upper body a little bit. And flex your feet. When you're ready, again, we'll slowly release the legs, keep them crossed though, right foot on the ground, and then just drop your legs over towards the right. And if it feels too much, then just uncross them. Spread your arms, maybe look along your left hand. When you're ready, slowly back towards the middle and cross your legs. And this time, just draw your knees in towards your chest. So you can make any little movements you like to hear. We are going to move into Shavasana next. So if you do want to put some socks or a jumper or something on, then do that. And then just finding a comfortable position when you're ready. Maybe allow your eyes to close. And if it's comfortable, so breathing in and out through your nose. Otherwise, you can breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth when needed. Begin to bring your awareness inwards towards your breath. Notice how your breath feels and where it is in your body. Relax your jaw and allow your tongue just to rest on the roof of your mouth. Relax the space between your eyebrows. Slowly start to deepen your breath. Start to bring your breath deeper into your belly. As you inhale, feel your belly expand like a balloon. As you exhale, feel your navel draw towards your spine. As your breath draws deeper into your belly, there's very little movement, if any, in the chest. We're now doing what's called the yogic breath or belly breath. This allows for the deepest kind of breathing, replenishing the body and the mind. Begin to inhale to a breath count of 5, and then exhale for 5. And just count your own 5 deep breaths. As you inhale again, just let the next breath just sigh out your mouth. And we'll do that once more, so just breathing in deeply and then just let it go. And then we'll just start to move a little bit. So through your fingers and your toes. Maybe stretching your arms over your head. Bring your arms back over. You can start to bend your knees. And then just moving a little bit. So side to side or forwards and back. Any little movements that you need to do. Draw your knees into your chest. Maybe roll over onto your side. Just what feels right to you. And then just in your own time, without rushing, we'll come up. So take your time, moving in your own way. We'll find a comfortable seat. Bring the palms together just in front of your heart. So just leaving a little gap just to signify an openness in your heart. So thank you so much for coming along and practicing with me this morning. I hope you enjoy the Bandhas and Breath practice that we did. Namaste. Well done. Thank you very much, everyone. I'll just stop that recording and you can unmute yourself.